Hey you guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Nicole for those of you who are new here, and if you are not new, welcome back. So in today's video I am going to be doing a life update. Get ready with me because I have had a few requests to show you guys my makeup routine. So I'm going to show you guys how I do my makeup while giving you guys a life update on just everything that has been going on within the last year and the last couple of months. So if you're interested in that kind of content or just want to know what's been going on with me, go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up. I would really appreciate your support. Please make sure you leave a comment because that way I know that I can respond to you guys through the comments. I love interacting with you guys that way. And please watch the video to its entirety because I'm going to answer probably one of the questions that you have, and also this way it'll help YouTube know that you guys like this content and it will push it out to more people because we are on our way to 7,000 friends over here. I'm super excited. That means we're 3,000 away from 10,000, which is a big milestone. So I would really love and appreciate your support by just watching the video to its entirety, or at least most of the video, so that way YouTube can push it out. Your engagement means the world to me. And last but not least, before we get started, please, if you're not yet following me on my social media, follow me there on Instagram, TikTok. Yeah, we're doing TikTok now too. So that is it. Let's get into the get ready with me. All right, you guys, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with my hair yet. I'm most likely going to put it up or put it back, but let's go ahead and get started. All right, y'all, so my skin is clean and I do have imperfections on my skin, as you guys can hopefully see. I have this breakout here. I have some dark spots, but we embrace our skins at all time. So I start off by going in with Kiehl's. I've been using this color correcting, it's clear corrective dark spot solution for some. I'm going to go in with my fresh rose deep hydration face cream. So how have you guys been? I hope everyone's been doing good. I'll just talk through a couple of things with you guys while we do our makeup and have our little chit chat. So I'm pretty sure by the time you guys see this, you already know. Life update number one is our moving situation. So I know a lot of you guys are asking me questions about, wait, you guys just moved to Georgia, but like what's going on with the house? So we bought a house. In case you haven't seen it, I will make sure I link the video for you guys to go see the empty house tour and the other vlogs on like closing day and all that. But we did buy a house. We're gonna be Texas residents again. And then I go in with Fenty Pro Filter. This is the Instant Touch Primer on my finger. So yeah, guys, you guys who have been following us for a while know we have been on this home buying journey for quite some time. What I do, I put the Huda Beauty powder, and of course you can use whatever setting powder you have. And this just helps my makeup stay on all day. Next, I go in with the Fenty. This is in the color 450. I know it looks a little off, but it is my skin color. When it oxidizes and sets, it sets very nicely. We were kind of just figuring out what we're going to do in life in 2020, and then towards the end of the year my husband was blessed with a new job, which led us to New York. And in New York, in 2021, we found a house that we liked. We were in the process of purchasing. We were under contract. We were ready to go, like underwriting everything. And then 2 weeks before close, y'all, the drama that happened. I think I shared it in one of like the past vlogs, but this was like months ago. But pretty much like back in 2021, home buying was just crazy and everything. Like, if y'all went through the process, then you know people were overpaying for homes and things like that. And so we went $30,000 above asking price for the home that we had found in New York. And but we were under a contingency clause that if the appraisal came back lower than what we offered, that the sellers would have to renegotiate. Everyone agreed. It was all good. And then when I was going through the process of leaving my job, like everything with our bank was good and stuff, like nothing was wrong with underwriting. Even if I was going to leave my job at that point, that wouldn't have been a problem, but it was still up in the air. So we were talking to our realtor and saying like, hey, these are our potential options, like what should we do? But we were still going to go through with the home purchase. And then lo and behold, I see the house on Zillow back for sale, and we hadn't signed anything that we were getting out of the contract or anything like that. I see the house on Zillow back up for sale. I was like, what? I call the realtor. I'm like, what the heck is going on? And then the realtor goes like, well, like you guys didn't want to pay like what they were asking, and they wanted to sell the home to get more, like to see if they could get something else for it, because they do believe the value of the home is higher than the appraisal value. I'm like, it's a home from like the freaking 1980s or 1970s, whatever it was. It was an older home. We were gonna have to gut the whole kitchen and redo it. We're gonna have to redo the floors, update the paint. Like the rooms were small. It was a 4-bedroom with a full finished basement. It was a nice, gorgeous home, but there were so many updates to be done to it that we were like, okay, we were even willing to go, I think, $3,000 above the appraisal value, just as like a, okay, we really like you guys and we want the house. But that didn't work out, lo and behold. And like, God just has a way of, y'all, whatever you do in this life, please give your life to Jesus. Put God first. So God just has a way of doing things. I'm gonna quickly do my brows and then we'll keep talking. And for that, I use my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in the color Ebony. Alright guys, eyebrows are done. They're not perfect, but that is okay because we're not makeup artists over here. So, pretty much in New York, that house ended up being a bust, and God just has a way of doing things. At the end of the year, like my husband and I were just doing like our yearly reflection, especially with like everything we've been going through, just the different things we've been going through. Oh, and this is Tarte Creaseless concealer in the color Deep Sand 525. I know it's a little bit lighter, but yeah, at the end of the year we just kind of got talking. We're like, okay, we're buying a house next year, right? And we're like, yeah. And we're like, okay, where do we want to live? We're in between North Carolina, because I have family in North Carolina, and we really like North Carolina and Texas. Those were the two states that we narrowed it down to. Georgia was in the running, but then we were just like, no. And I used Fenty concealer in 445 Pro Filter. So back in January, we like literally were just having a conversation, and then we both agreed to Texas. We wanted to do North Carolina, but the home market in the Raleigh-Durham area, which is where I have family, was unfavorable for us, for our price range and just what we wanted at the time. Like, we could afford it and we would be approved, but just thinking about like what we had and the other financial plans we had to do, we had a range that we were comfortable sticking around, and Raleigh-Durham was just not it for us. And then the next thing was to do Charlotte. We were contemplating on Charlotte, and that was in case my husband would get accepted. Like, for his job, he does like different rotations currently, which is why we were in New York. And we were contemplating buying in Charlotte just in case he did end up getting the rotation there. Like, we wouldn't have a problem buying in Charlotte. We just weren't finding homes that we liked, and then all the homes that we did like were further out of Charlotte, of course, like on the border of like South Carolina, and we were just not sure of that. And then he ended up finding out pretty early on he was not getting the Charlotte rotation, so North Carolina got crossed off the list, and of course we're left with Texas. And at that point, I've been following our realtor who helped us for quite a long time. I started following her like even when we still lived in Texas, and that's when she had really first got started. So for setting, I'm going in with my MAC. I'm going in with MAC Studio Fix powder, and I'm doing this under the eye. So I've been following our realtor for quite some time, And pretty much I think it was around like January after we decided, I went ahead and I messaged her, and I was asking her questions, and then we did our consultation call, and we got started from there. We did the consultation call. She helped us. She works with a couple different like mortgage lenders. She had us in with a mortgage lender, and that guy, like the mortgage lender person, like that mortgage lender, he was just a blessing for us. Like, we started sending him homes because he was like, okay, like, what do you guys want? How much do you want to be approved for? And we're like, we don't know. Like, and then we settled. We didn't want to be like too high up, and we found a middle ground. And then we started finding homes that we liked that were a little above our price range in Texas, in like the Katy area. And we would just send our mortgage lender and our realtor the homes, and then the mortgage lender was like, yeah, no worries, like I'll adjust your price on your I will adjust your pre-approval letter so that you could be able to purchase that house, or hopefully be able to get the home, and not be outbid or anything like that. So like they really worked with us so much, which was such a blessing. All right, y'all, my makeup is pretty much almost done. For face, I use my MAC Studio Fix. I do use the Fenty sometimes, but today we're using this one. So yeah, like they were just so awesome working with us. And then our timelines kept changing. So our New York lease ended in March, and we had to end up extending it because obviously we, like with working and stuff, we just couldn't move in March. We extended it because we still didn't know where my husband was going to have his next rotation assignment. We held off, like we extended our lease for another couple months. I'm gonna use this for contouring. This is Fenty Thick Mint. Our lease expired in July, and then we had to do month to month. And boy, oh boy, I tell you guys, like when we extended our lease, it already went up. Like it went up significantly, and we're like, okay, we can still handle it. And then the month to month came, and the new prices, it was like $2,500. It was like $2,500. We're like, no, we can't do that. So they worked with us in terms of the pricing because we had been renting there for almost 2 years. That was if we did from July through October, and then we would have to move out in October at that point because they would have made us renew our lease. Since we're doing month to month, as long as we give a 30-day notice, we were going to be able to get out of this. So as July, like we were with the realtor, she was so amazing with like going through homes with us. And I'm gonna share this in like the home buying video, but pretty much like she would call us on FaceTime, go to showings for us, like, and we would see the home with her virtually. She would send us pictures, videos, like it was 10 out of 10 quality, okay, in terms of working with the realtor in comparison to the realtor that we had in New York. So it was just amazing. And then our realtor was the one that suggested new builds. So we were like, I don't know, because new builds are expensive. Are they gonna approve us? Like, aren't new builds like super expensive? And obviously we were approved for a good chunk of money, but we were still like, I don't know. And then plus closing costs. We wanted to stick to a certain budget. We were really particular on sticking to a certain budget. So for blush, this is what I do. I use this lipstick. This is by MAC. It's called Marrakesh, and it's a matte lipstick. And I just put it here, and it becomes blush. And a little goes a long way, for sure. So she was talking about new builds, and she's like, okay, let's try for a new build because there's a lot of homes that are in construction, and you don't need to worry about like going through the building process of picking everything. They have like semi-custom homes, or you can maybe even get an inventory home, but it'll be a new build. You guys will be the first ones there. Let's look at that as an option. And we're like, okay. And with that, she was like, yeah, because probably by the time some of these new build communities are finished, you guys will probably be able to get a good deal, and also they'll finish around like the fall time, beginning of fall, or like beginning mid-October, which is around the time you guys want to move. Around that same time, and we were like, okay, we'll keep looking. And then around that time, we find out that my husband, his new rotation was going to be in the Atlanta metro area. So we're just like, okay, so let's see, Atlanta, Houston area, like how far is the difference? Y'all, it wasn't that bad, so we bit the bullet and we went ahead, and we're like, okay, we're gonna do it. Like Houston, we're gonna move back to the Houston area, because we're also thinking about moving to Dallas or Austin and San Antonio. We thought about all of those, but I just use a brown, any kind of like reddish brown for my eye. I don't do much. But essentially our realtor, like out of the blue, when she calls us and she's like, okay you guys, I have another client who just found this community and they just got approved. Do you guys want to see it? And it was a new construction community and all that. We're like, sure, let's go. Let's go for it. And I'm gonna take this color. I apologize for the camera quality, but we're working with what we got. All right guys, so pretty much done with my makeup. That's literally all I do. I've become a lash girl, so I popped on lashes, but that is pretty much it. I don't have my setting spray with me, or else I would have put setting spray, but super easy. Try to be as natural as possible. Yeah. So let's quickly just put my hair up and we will be done, and I'll pretty much be done sharing with you guys like the little life update. So anywho, long story short, we found the community. It was our realtor went and toured it for us. We did it virtually. She went above and beyond. She sent us pictures. We spoke to the builder. Everything was good, and like literally within, it was less than a week. I'm pretty sure within 3 days we were approved and we were under contract. Everything just really worked out. Like God just has a way of working things out when it's meant to be, and it's just like in God's timing things will work out. Like we would have been stuck if we were to purchase the home in New York. We would have essentially been stuck because we wouldn't have been able to sell it at the value that we would have purchased it, that we probably purchased it for. We wouldn't have made enough equity or anything on that. So, and obviously like we're the first people to live in this home, so it's super exciting. And with that, the next question is like, did you quit your job? Are you still with your job? I'm still with my firm. So back in July, again, like I think it was back in April when we really were like, okay, yes, we're getting a house. I started already talking with like HR and finding out like what do I have to do, and of course I talked to my team to find out like if it was going to be feasible anyway before we even did it. And my team had no problem with the move because we all work remotely anyway. There wasn't going to be an issue. It wasn't an issue at all. But I talked to them, and before I was just transparent about the whole process and everything we're going through. In July, once we were under contract, I did do a request to change offices. So I am a part of the Houston office and no longer a part of the New York office. But obviously that does not hinder anything in terms of like work. I'm still with my firm. I'm not going anywhere, and it worked out perfectly because my firm was actually on not a hiring freeze, but it was like on a moving freeze where people couldn't switch offices because it was like year-end closing happening and all of that. So it literally worked out, and I just did a claw clip. So yeah, it ended up working with my job perfectly because I was able to switch offices after that kind of freeze anyway. And to switch, you need to have been with the firm for at least a year or have very good performance. I had very good performance, and I'm coming up on my 1 year mark with my firm anyway. And because I had these conversations early on, and my managers and everyone was fine with it, so it was literally a walk in the park to get switched. So I would just say, like, don't, if you're considering doing the same thing, don't just do it right away. Like, make sure that you're in good standing with your job. Make sure that you have all your I's dotted and your T's crossed. With my husband's job, we're in Georgia just for 8 months, and it worked out perfectly because we're in Georgia for 8 months, and while we furnish the house, we're just going to be going back and forth because that works for us and for our financial situation. We're just grateful to God that we're even able to do that we can have a home while we're renting an apartment. And his job moved us to Georgia, so we didn't have to pay any moving costs out of our own pocket, which was also another blessing that allowed us to be able to do this as well. And then the last thing that I wanted to share with you guys, it is October. October is Infertility Awareness Month, for those of you guys who don't know, and I suffer from unexplained infertility, but I rebuke that in Jesus' name. I have had 9 miscarriages. So I've had like blighted ovum, which means you have a gestational sac with no baby inside. I've had chemical pregnancies. I've had one ectopic pregnancy earlier this year in March, which was super scary. And I have gone through 2 rounds of IVF. Well, one IVF cycle from egg retrieval through transfer, but we've done 1 egg retrieval, which gave us 9 embryos, and we have done 2 transfers so far, which have been unsuccessful. They haven't led to any pregnancies. We're still trying, so pray for us on that one. But I just wanted to kind of bring that to light because I share positive things with you guys, but then you guys don't see some of the not so fun stuff, like my husband having to give me injections, or me having to give myself injections when I'm on work trips and stuff like that. So that's still something we're dealing with, and we're hoping that this is the home that we can build our family with. And the home is a decent size. It's a great size for a starter home, but also to grow our family that we will probably not need to move for a couple of years. And we don't really believe in having like we have ideas of our dream home, but that doesn't mean like, oh, our goal is to have one of those like super fancy mansions. It's like God provided us this home, and it's so beautiful. It works. It has everything we need and more. Like, it has enough space for us to work comfortably from home, which is something that we really wanted. And we're hoping one day we can bring our children from the hospital to that home. But yeah, I have gone through two IVF transfers, which haven't worked, but we still have more embryos, so we're still gonna keep trying. And hopefully one day I can come and let you guys know. But if we end up finishing all of our embryos from this egg retrieval that we did last year, October, and then we have to do another egg retrieval, I will let you guys know that. But yeah, overall, that's kind of like the little fertility update. We are still trying. We're still trying. Be patient. I know I've had people comment and ask me like, are you pregnant? You're wearing bigger clothes. Like, no, y'all, I am going through fertility treatment. I had fibroid surgery. When you have fibroids and you've gone through ovarian hyperstimulation syndrome, your stomach becomes big, your stomach stretches, and pretty much that's what I'm dealing with. And I'm finally able to get back into my health and fitness routine, which is I'm excited for, to be able to get back into the gym. But y'all, if y'all see my big little tummy, please just leave it alone. It's just fat, y'all. It's just fat. And I'm going to work out to the best of my ability. Like, I don't need to get surgery yet, but like, with all the hormones and everything, the hormone injections, the medication, all that, I just am always bloated. I am on an anti-inflammatory diet, just trying to be healthy, of course, for myself first and foremost, but then also to hopefully have my body in a space that it can carry life full term. So October is Infertility Awareness Month. Please be nice to people. Don't ask people when they're having a baby, if they're pregnant, what the gender is. Like, let them tell you. Let people tell you. Don't assume. It's just not nice, because in the Black community, so many go through this, but we don't talk about it. So that's that. I hope you guys enjoyed the little makeup routine. You guys saw me transform my face a little bit. I try to keep it natural but still glam. But I will change my outfit, and then I will see you guys in just a bit. Are Alright you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and seeing my updated makeup routine. This is what works for me, and this is a great fall, super quick and easy, just makeup. I wear it to work, pretty effortless, and it usually only takes me 10-15 minutes, unless of course I'm talking to you guys. So I love you guys. Make sure you check out some of my other videos and make sure you come back for more. Do not leave this channel just yet. There's so many great videos on career tips, some of my lifestyle vlogs, work from home videos, and whatever else that you want to see. Go ahead and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram if you haven't yet, because on Instagram I share things in real time with you guys. And also follow me on TikTok. I'm trying TikTok out now, and if you want to see my outfits in real time and see what I'm wearing so you can grab it as well, follow me on Like to Know It. It is a great app where you guys can see what I'm wearing and just shop it right then and there. I love you guys. God bless you. See you later.